Here's a quick demonstration of the system that I built for your agency. We are collecting leads manually via Typeform. We also have an option of leads adding themselves to our CRM via Typeform. You can also collect the leads via Facebook ad. After we collect the leads via Typeform or from your Facebook ad, we are adding them to our CRM, which in this case we are using Monday.com. On Monday.com, we are checking if the lead exists. So we do not want to duplicate an existing lead. And if the lead doesn't exist, we'll add the lead to our CRM by creating a new record and assign it with awaiting meeting status. So here's where we're sending them a Calendly meeting invite. The next step will be to jumping on a call with the lead. And if the call was positive, you'll assign it as positive. If it's no fit, we will assign it as a no fit status. So if the call was positive, we'll proceed to send them a proposal and an invoice via Stripe or PayPal link. On this stage, we'll assign their status to awaiting payments. Here we are doing two things. The lead or the prospect can either directly just pay the invoice, where we will change their status to closed or won. We'll proceed to creating a client record for that specific client to the client's list and assign the client with onboarding as their status. Back to the awaiting payment status right here. Now, if you send the proposal and the invoice to the client, but still they haven't paid the invoice, we are going to send them daily or weekly follow-up emails until the invoice is paid or lost. We'll also add that automation process right here. On Monday.com, I'll create two boards. The first board is for the leads. So here we are collecting full name, the date created, the last updated, the status, the payment method, call status, company, and assignee, due date, first and last name, email, and phone number. And then here's where we're adding our leads after we collect them from our Typeform or from our Facebook ad. After we convert these leads into clients, we're going to transfer them right here to the client's board. Let me show you the automation that I've set up to automate all these tasks. I use make.com to set up all these automations. This is the first automation that adds leads from Typeform to Monday.com. To add new leads to our CRM on the leads board right here, we will need to first of all fill in our Typeform. So here I'll click on run once to run automation. And here I'm clicking start. I'll provide my first name, last name, phone number, email, and company name, and then click on OK. Here I'll choose the service that I'm interested in. For example, let's say CRM integration. What are the main challenges your business is currently facing? Here we can say to track customer behavior, and then click on OK. What are the primary goals you want to achieve in your business? Scale and grow, and then click on OK. What's the budget for the service? So here we can say, then click on OK. And then here, the lead will proceed to book a call. So we can select a date, let's say, for example, Friday at 10 a.m. and then click on next. And then you can see our name right here and our email, and then click on schedule event. After scheduling an event, our automation will run over here. So you'll see that Typeform captures our data, it lists it, then creates a calendar event and adds our data to our CRM. So when we go to leads, you will see the information that we just added on our Typeform added on our CRM. And another thing you'll note that our status has been assigned to a waiting meeting. So it's been assigned to a waiting meeting because we are waiting to kick off the phone call from the time that it's just scheduled from our form. Now here we can see all the information that we just filled in is added to our CRM. After our lead has been added to our CRM right here, the next thing we're waiting for is for you to jump on a phone call with a prospect, confirm all the details. So the main details that you're going to collect right here is the payment method and if the call was a success. Now, if the call is positive, we are proceeding to send them a proposal and an invoice via Stripe or PayPal. For our second automation, this is the automation that we are sending a proposal and invoice to our clients. So here we are sending a proposal via PandaDoc, and depending on the payment method that the client is going to use, we are going to send them an invoice. So if they chose PayPal, we are going to create an invoice via PayPal and send the invoice to them via PayPal. And if they chose their payment method as Stripe, we're going to create an invoice on Stripe and then send the invoice to them via Stripe. Now let us run this automation and see how it will work for you. To run automation, It totally depends on how the call will go. So if it's positive, it will automatically send the proposal and the invoice to the client. On our leads board on monday.com, we have this column for the call status. So here, we're either choosing intake, positive, or no fit. So if the call was a success, we're going to choose positive, and it will automatically run automation right here. So when we click on run, and then click on wait for new data, on leads, when we change our call status to positive, it will automatically run our automation. So here we are getting our data and creating our proposal. So this is a script of our proposal right here. Now, when the client opens their email, they will receive a well-designed proposal that we created on PandaDoc. If we had connected our payment method, all we had to do is just connect these two modules and then come over here, choose the payment method to Stripe, and then the automation will continue via the Stripe direction and generate an invoice and send it to our prospect. After we've sent the proposal and the invoice to the prospect, the status changes to awaiting payment. So you can see over here that the status changed to awaiting payment. Now at this point, we are waiting for the client to pay the invoice right here, so we can close them. But in case they forget to pay the invoice, we are going to send them daily or weekly follow-up emails until they pay the invoice. We're going to use this automation right here. So this is an automation that checks if the status has been changed to awaiting payment. And then if the status has been changed to awaiting payment, it's going to wait until the last day that the invoice is supposed to have been paid. Now, if that day comes, we're going to send them the first email, which is this one right here. We can say, hi, first name, just letting you know that the invoice I sent you hasn't been cleared yet. Is there a problem that came up and I'm not aware? Please let me know if you have any questions. And then 3 days later, you can also send them a different email reminder. You can send them, hey, first name, are you still interested in our services? Please let me know if you have any questions. Now, 2 days later, now this is the fifth day after the due date, you can send them another email reminder. Let's run this automation so we can see how it works. Since the automation is checking if the status is awaiting payments, when we click on run automation and click on wait for new data, on our CRM, when we change our status to awaiting payments, it's going to run and check if it's the due date. If it's not the due date, it's not going to proceed. It's going to wait until the due date. If it's on the due date, it's going to proceed and send the first email. After they have paid our invoice, we can proceed and changing the status of these leads or prospects to close and creating a new record for this specific client on the client's list. And then we can begin the process of onboarding these clients. To close these clients and add them to the client's list on our CRM, we are going to run this automation. When we click on run once and click on wait for new data, on our CRM, we will change the status to closed, and this automation will run. It will get the data, create a Google Drive folder specifically for that client with their name. This is where you will add all the necessary data that the client will need, and then they will be added on the client's list in our CRM. So when we click on our client's list, you'll see now the record of our client right here. So the full name was this one, and the progress. So now we are onboarding this client. We have the Google Drive folder for this client, the email, the company, and the phone number. With our prospect added as a client, we can now begin the next step, which is onboarding them and adding all the necessary information into their Google Drive folder so they can open it and take the necessary next steps in the onboarding process. Could be signing the contract, joining a Slack channel, or giving you access to their software. The onboarding process will begin from here. Let me know what you think about the system and if this is something that you would like for us to set it up for you, and you'll be able to save a tremendous amount of time involving adding the prospects manually to your CRM, scheduling them, creating and sending them proposals and invoices, and then sending the emails manually, then adding them manually to the client's list. You can automate all this process using this automation right here. If you have any questions, just reply to me. I will respond to you as soon as possible. Have a great day.